Hi, my lavender lovers, welcome back to the channel. Oh baby, we made it to 2022. Woo! Yeah, with God's grace right there, we are here and we are living. We're doing the great. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, I am Munyai Angel, Gumba loving in that. And if you are a returning subscriber, oh my God, thank you. I love you. I love you so much. I wouldn't be doing all these things without you. So each and every year when it starts, right, people have things that they want to do. Like there are a lot of things that people want to do. Even myself, I've got a lot of things that I want to do and I want to achieve this year. So what I do is I use a vision board. So what is a vision board? So a vision board is a collection of images that represents your goals on things that you want to achieve, as either spiritually, physically, and mentally. So things like you gotta ask yourself questions when you do a vision board, like what kind of a person do I want to be in a relationship? What kind of things do I want in my career? There are a lot of things that a person wants. Like maybe if you want to travel, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Cape Town? Do you want to go to Durban? Like you gotta say specific things and make sure that you meditate on that. So there are different ways of doing a vision board, right? It's either you're gonna use like maybe a board. If you don't have a board, you can use like a calendar at the back of it, and then you just put images there. And then obviously you're gonna write 2022 vision board. It depends how you want to do it. Or you can use a Pinterest if you don't want like a lot of mess in your room, or you don't have time to get in like magazines and things like that. Or you can use Canva. So one of the things that I'm going to be using this year, I'm going to be using Canva, because on Pinterest I struggle to type. I don't know if you can be able to type, but I struggle to type, because there are a lot of things that I want to write there. Like I just want to write like, okay, how I want to be, how I want to feel like when I'm in love. Yeah, because oof, the girl is looking for it. But anyway, we're not about that. So you need to choose whatever that's gonna work for you. So after doing your vision board, right, so let's say if you're using like Pinterest or Canva, you need to make sure that you visit your vision board, like even if it's once a week. Like you gotta make sure that you visit your vision board rather, or you go and print it out, and then you make sure that you put it where it's going to be visible, where you're going to be able to see it. So one of the things that was on my vision board last year that happened is that like I put like a picture of my friend, right, and she was struggling when it comes to her health. She was in and out of hospital, and as a friend I felt like it was really hurting me, and I was like, you know what, God, for this year I want you to deal with her, like with her body. Like I want her to get her healing. And now she's much better. Now she's like just fine. She's like fine, and she doesn't know that she was on my vision board, and I'm not gonna tell her unless if she knows that it's her because of this video, but I'm just not gonna tell her. So one of the things that vision board did for me, right, it made me like I will always be focused on what I want. So the reason why I put it like mine, it was I had like a table. I'll put it there on the table, and then I'll see it each and every day, and there was even some prayers there. And I'll keep on updating each and every year, because obviously you change your mind. Like not that you like, maybe you change your mind, or maybe you have found something that is much better than what you wanted. So I'll keep it there. And then there was this other time where I just took it out. I don't know what was going on at that, and then I just took it out and then I put it somewhere else. I remembered, I'm like, you know what, there's still this thing called vision board. I took it out and I put it at the back of my door, and whenever I see it, it just reminded me that I need to pray towards this thing. I need to work towards this thing. It kept my focus going. So there are some advantages that Michael talked about that one, about vision. So I wrote them down because I don't want to be fumbling and saying the wrong things. So I'm just gonna quickly go on my notes. Vision gives energy. So it did really give me energy, because I knew that this is what I was working for. So working towards. So each and every time when I see it, I'll be like, oh, I still have to wake up and do this thing, because this is what I really want. And vision eliminates excuses. You know, we've got a lot of excuses, right? Like, okay, I'm not gonna do that, I'll do it some other time. Or like there's just a lot of excuses, especially if you're a student and procrastinating and things like that. I used to procrastinate for days until I was like, you know what, this is not giving me anything. I need to like stop it. And regulate who and what you should entertain, or what you entertain. So this one is really broad, and I think like I don't know how to explain it more, but it is what it is. It eliminates exits and it frustrates your enemies. So I think frustrates your enemies. That one, let us just pause. I'm not talking about anybody when I talk about enemies. Enemies, it can be like things that you're struggling from. Like enemies, it can be your anxiety towards something. It can be your fear. Like it's just literally not about any person. Or are so scared to talk to people. You're so scared to like start that friend of yours and just say hi, how are you, or just show gratitude. There are a lot of enemies that as an individual we do have beside like people, right? Our vision process endurance. So if you want more about this whole vision thingy, you can go on his YouTube channel. It's Transformation Church. Like this part is, it's a Crazy Faith what's this Crazy Faith series. I'm so in love with him, and I don't want to say in love, but whatever that he says I can relate to at this point. And sometimes if I'm not relating, I just do not go. But then what I want you to know is that you need to have a vision board, and you need to have a vision, and you need to write it down, because if you don't write it down, it's not a vision, it's just an imagination, and you gotta write it down so that it can be there. Because even though the word of God, it says that when there's no vision, people perish. So when you do not have vision, you don't have like a direction, or you don't know where you're going. So you gotta have a vision, and I strongly advise for each and every person to have a vision board. If you are a gomba lover, please, you gotta have a vision board, because that's the most thing that we want to do this year. We are moving this year, we are fetching whatever that belongs to us. Listen, that's what we are doing. This other time when I was with my friend, and then I'm like to him, you need to have like a vision board. You need to write a vision board about everything, your health, your life, relationship, everything. You can write like a vision board, right? And he asked me what is a vision board, and I had to explain to him what is a vision board, because he couldn't understand what is a vision board, and I thought everybody knew what is a vision board. And I took out like a diary, like he had like his diary and I had mine, and then I'm like, okay, write your vision, do your vision board there, and I'll do mine. I'm just gonna write everything down, and what I'm gonna do is, so that we can work this thing out together. And after some few minutes later, I check out his whatever that he wrote down, right? And guess what? Like he just drew everything. Like this is what I want, and then he just wrote words and everything. So in my mind, I laughed, right? I'm like, is that your vision board? And like, yeah, I wrote everything that I need here. And I'm like, wow, actually there's a lot of there's a different ways that you can do it. So whatever that communicates to you, you gotta do it. Like do it the way you want it. And remember, this is a journey. You don't have to be like so hard on yourself. Even if things that do not happen at the end of the year, like you can still write it for 2023. There are some of the things that I wrote in like 2021 and that didn't happen. I wanted to have like, understand, more than like 100 subscribers on YouTube. It didn't happen, but we're still here, we're still moving, we're still believing that it's gonna happen. So it's all about embracing the change and everything. So you don't have to be too hard on yourself. Whenever you're ready, you will do it. Don't do something because other people are doing it. But I'm just advising you to have like a vision board, because it's what I believe in. So it's up to you, how do you want to do it? Because Steve Harvey like once said that, challenge yourself, write 300 things that you want, right? And then put it where you're gonna be able to see it, and you say those things each and every day. So whenever you say those things each and every day, like you are programming your mind to say, you know what, this is what I need to do each and every day, this is what I need to work towards on. And it's like after a year, those things are gonna happen. He said it happened to him and everything. I tried to do it, I only did it for like 2 months, and then after that, like I wasn't consistent about it, and I am thinking of going back anytime soon after I've been considered with something else, because I'm still struggling with some other things. So love it's not a vision until it is written down. Remember, keep smiling, show some gratitude, and always be yourself. Until I see you to the next video.